very familiar face that we all know and love, hailing from Ventura, California, standing 5'2".
It's me. That was really cute. Like you sound like you're doing like a school project.
How was your day?
It was good, and I'm going to welcome back the kings, queens, and the everything in between to another episode of the Peasant Party podcast. Just in case you need my intro, I'm your host, Charlotte Warren, and Buddy is here with me today. If you don't recognize the voice and the general tones, my day is good. How was yours?
Good. Good.
Good.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Walked Dolly.
Ah.
I walked our puppy today.
Yes.
It was kind of overcast. I usually don't. I haven't been walking her like in the middle of the day because it's a little too hot. Mm-hmm. But I found a route where I can walk her mostly in the grass. She doesn't like it. She walks really slow. She would rather walk on the hot pavement than walk on the cooler grass.
She likes to do what the people do.
Well, I walk in the grass, which is the annoying part because I don't want to walk in the grass.
Yeah.
But I walked her. We did about 2.5 miles.
Aw. Any other interesting updates or anything cool you want to share with the world?
College football season is back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's really, I'm like so incredibly ready for college football.
Yeah.
So ready. Yeah.
What game are you most excited for?
Well, I wouldn't be a true Alabama fan if I didn't say the next one, because only one game matters, and that's the next one.
Yes.
So,
anything particular though on the schedule?
I mean, every year you play like about the same teams. Week 1 we go to Florida State. We are not going. The team travels to Florida State to play, which I don't know that they've played there in like my lifetime. So that'll be interesting to see how that turns out. I'm just really excited just for week 1. I'm just excited for it to start.
Next weekend?
Technically, this week is called week 0. So there are games this week. I believe there's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and maybe even Sunday game this week. And then next week is week 1. They do like a week 0 where they play a couple of games. I think there's like 8 games across 2 days or something like that. But all the major games are Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of next week.
Got it.
Well, the 29th is the first weekend of college football.
Got it.
Official week 1.
Yes. And when you watch your games, you like to watch them in a very specific way.
Yes,
Don't
which
like
is
to
what?
go to parties with people that don't care about football.
I just put a video up about that today. Some guy, it was like a guy laughing. He was saying like, hell no, no way, absolutely not, something like that. And it was like, the words were like, when someone asked me to do something in the fall or whatever. And I made a video about it today, and I was like, I think I'm pretty good about still doing things during football season. I really want to watch our game. If it is a non-conference game, like we play like East Tennessee or something stupid, I think we play like Southern or Northern Eastern Illinois or something stupid like that. I want to watch that game, but if we have something to do, it's going to be then. But like our conference games and our big games, I can sit out other games. I would prefer to watch football all day, but I will give up those things if we have something to do. But when it's time for our game, I want to watch it either with a very specific group of people or by myself.
Yes.
People have this weird thing. Maybe you can think of a way to segue this. People do this weird thing where they don't care. They don't care about football in general. They don't have a team. They don't hate your team, but if they're watching a game with you, they'll like root against your team.
Yeah, they're trying to rile you up.
But they have no skin in the game. I think they just like, but they like, I've watched games with those types of people before, and it's like, I've literally had to be like, what are we doing? You don't even care.
Yeah, I think they think they're being funny or cheeky or something.
Yeah, and like people say that kind of stuff about football. Like I've been around,
and they don't get it. Like people that do that don't get it from your perspective.
But I've been like around friend groups, and like a lot of time, like usually in the friend groups that I'm in, most of the men care about football, but a lot of time the women don't get it, and like they like make fun of it and stuff. I'm like, yeah, but you cried watching The Bachelor 8 weeks in a row. Like I don't want to.
Yeah. Like it's like it's something you care about, and it's someone trying to make fun or like dig at something you care about. Like whatever
I don't
your
even
thing
care.
is.
I don't
like,
even care if someone doesn't like it, but like if they care. Like if I was watching like our friend Sam is a Texas fan. If I was watching the Alabama-Texas game with Sam and Sam was pulling for his team and against mine, I wouldn't care because he's actually pulling for a team that he cares about. But if you have no skin in the game, you're just doing it to be like on the other side. Why would you like choose to do that? Why would you choose to watch it with someone and then do that? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's yucking someone's yum. They probably think they're being fun, or it makes them look like they're invested, or like I don't know. But
Yeah, but anyway, I don't want to watch football in a group.
yeah, that's fair.
Like that night game, sure. I actually do want to watch the night game, but like I would go watch it with like Sam Michelle, a couple of the people that I know are like going to actually watch it. But like a party is not fun.
No, that's fair. I guess to segue, fun fact, I didn't realize segue was spelled Segue, like to segue. I always thought like segue, like the segue. I always thought it was segue. I was like, oh, the segues and the segues. And then I learned that segue means segue. And I thought a segue was something different. But anyway, I'm bad at reading. But we're going to segue. We're going to segue into discussing what's viral, because we always like to talk about what dating news or trends are going on.
I have one for you. Or do you have one?
You
Go
start.
ahead.
No, let's have you start.
Okay, I have one where this lady, I saw a video and I responded to it, and I thought it was pertinent to us, and I'd like to get your opinion. This lady said that she is in a friend group, and one of the people in that friend group sent out wedding invitations. It says no children on the wedding invitation. And one of the people in the group said that they wouldn't go because it said no children. Not because they couldn't get a sitter, but because they don't want to go if their kids can't go. What do you think about that? To me, that's like spiteful. Like you're like, and then a bunch of people in the comments are saying like, well, if my kids aren't invited, if my kids aren't welcome, then neither am I.
I think there's like two ways to look at it, because like I think there's the practical, which is like I can't go, like you can't go without your kids, or maybe you don't want to go without your kids. Maybe it's a babysitter that you don't want to spend money on. You know, whatever. Like you can choose not to go. I think but I think there are some people who like read that and they frame it in a way where they seem like they're taking a stand. Like it's like, oh, you're excluding my children. Like I won't go because you're excluding my children. Like they make it not about the practicality. It's like,
would those same people be mad if you invited them to go to a brunch at a bar?
Probably not. Like
Or
probably not.
But you see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's not like, but yeah, because like we're not going to have children at our ceremony and reception. And part of the reason I've thought about this today a lot, because of the fact that I did this video and I'm reading people's like stances and comments, and like a lot of the people in the comments are saying like, I would kill for an invite to a kid-free wedding. And like, you know, saying like, someone please invite me to a night where I can pay someone, like give me a reason. Which I think is like a thing. Like we're going to have friends and family that
people decline over it, like as long as they don't see it.
We have ones that are going to like find a way to go, and I think that's great. But like some of them are also going to like, that might be their first kid-free night since they've had that kid. Like I think that like a lot of the comments are like parents saying like, I remember the first night that my husband and I got without our kids, and it was so nice, and you love your kids, but like, you know, it's nice to be able to do something every now and then. And a lot of people are in support of the idea. And I think one of the important things that I said was that like, we do not care if someone doesn't come. Don't care is the wrong way to phrase it. Completely understand. Like I even said to one of our friends who's going to be having a very young child at the time of our wedding, I was alone with this person as we were hiking, and I just said, hey, just so you know, we will not hold it against you. We completely understand. And they're like, absolutely not. Our in-laws are coming and they're going to watch the kids. But like, I even went as far to like give that person a personal pass. Like, you know, because I do think that I understand that like, you know, whatever. I get both sides of the coin. I would never hold it against someone if they couldn't afford care, if they don't have somebody, if they just don't want to leave their child, completely understand on all levels. I wouldn't even blame somebody if they came to the resort, came to like the welcome party, didn't go to the ceremony or the reception, just hung out with us and the other times.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even blame somebody if they did that.
Yeah. Like because I always tell, like, the way I see it is like, I always avoid like framing it as like, we want to give people a night off for like less stress. Cause like, I don't want to tell someone what does or doesn't bring them stress. Like I always keep it in I terms, but like, it means a lot when people can be there, but like no hard feelings if it doesn't.
Sure.
Like I don't take it as a personal slight that it wasn't, worth, your money. Cause like I've declined things because, I'm on a budget and you kind of have to pick and choose, and it's not a slight against you, but you just have to make a cut in life somewhere. Kind of like everyone has to, pick and choose. But yeah, like I think people declining a wedding invite because they, their kids aren't invited and they, don't want to, leave their kids alone. That's one thing. I think it's like if you go and respond, you take it as a slight against your children and you go and you get confrontational and attack your friend. That's not fair. And I think like, it's also just sometimes like weddings just work out in a very interesting way when it comes to like life stages. Like I think we're in a days where it's like a lot of people are married with like young children where it's like, did these people have to like, did this affect some of my friends this much, like who got married maybe like 2 years ago?
Yeah, sure.
So I think that is like it's interesting. Like whenever people talk about like, what's the right age to get married? Like there is no, like every age has its own caveats.
Same thing with having kids. People say like, if you always wait until you're ready to have kids, you'll never have kids. Because you could always be more prepared to have kids.
Yeah.
It's not to say that you should have them when you're 16, but yeah, it's the same thing. Like no matter what age you have kids, no matter what age you get married, no matter what age you start a new business or whatever the thing is, you're always going to have some sort of hurdles. They might be different. They might be bigger, smaller. There's always going to be a hurdle though. Yeah. Yeah. I just thought it was really interesting.
Yeah. Like my friends who got married when they were like really young and like no one had kids yet. Like they basically never had to deal with the issue of like kid-free wedding because no one had kids. Like their issue was like people can't afford to come or like
that's what I was about to say. Like if we would have had like the wedding that we were planning when we were like 24, a lot of people wouldn't be able to shell out the money that it's going to cost.
Yeah.
Like I talked to one of my former coaches, Taylor, yesterday on the phone. She had a question, and she was telling me that she's bringing like one of her girlfriends as her +1. They're so excited, and she's like, "We're staying for like 5 extra days or 4 extra days. So, like, we're just gonna make a vacation." But like, that's a benefit. Like, we're gonna be lucky enough that after the wedding and after the reception, we're going to have like several days of time alone, but we're also going to be able to like spend some quality time with friends and like reminisce over the past couple of days and enjoy that space with them too. And I really value like all of our friends. I think we have really great friends. And I think that like being able to spend time with them there is going to be great also.
Yes. No, absolutely. Yeah. In the words of, in the viral TikTok sense, to go back to the viral TikTok things we were chatting about, have you been like following the discourse? And I don't really, I feel weird calling it discourse because like it's not some big crazy political
just
issue.
Online chatter.
Yes. Have you seen? And to give some background, it is the Provo's most eligible dating segment.
No.
Has that shown up on your feed? Okay. So to give some background, this is a new web-based dating program called Provo's Most Eligible. I think it's running through BYU TV, but also like it has a YouTube channel. BYU TV is actually kind of a powerhouse. Like the show The Chosen is like run through that. Okay. Brock Allen Casting, who I've like worked with, casts for that. It's people seem to have a really good experience on that show. It's like the story of like Jesus Christ. But anyway, that's on BYU TV. Provo's Most Eligible. It looks like it would be like one of those Jubilee videos. It has a background kind of like this. 8 to 10 contestants of, male, female, each probably 20 people total. They've got these, each side, there's a curtain between the men and the women so they can't see each other. And the whole segment, it's like an hour total is like, who's going to pair off. The contestants get called up to talk about themselves, answer questions, ask other questions to the other contestants, or just like play like getting to know you games. And then they whittle down the number of contestants. People get eliminated. As far as I can tell, just it seems like all of the contestants are Mormon or have ties to Utah or Provo.
That's the appearance anyway. Sure.
Yes, that's the appearance. It seems that way. It's such an endearing program too, just because like they kind of poke fun at themselves. They're like, oh, we're in Provo, and then the big pictures of like the big Mormon families pop up, which Mormons are very good at making fun of themselves. But anyway, this program has had a lot of clips pulled from it of a contestant named Rylie. She's so cute. But it's a clip of her going up to introduce herself to the men, and goes and says like, "I'm Rylie. Like I love traveling. I love to. I just got my scuba dive certification. I'm going to Australia this summer, and I love she's like, I love a theme party. I love to play dress up." And she just kind of she's very excited. And then after her like minute of introducing herself, the host goes like, anyone want to spend some time with Rylie or get to know Rylie more? And the whole side of male contestants kind of looks around blankly at one another. And the host is like, well, I guess no one wants to get to know Rylie. And it's like become this big viral clip of just like Rylie going and like sitting down, and it's kind of like to show like, why didn't the men like Rylie?
And you said that people are saying that like because she likes to travel, they're like saying she's a whore or something.
So it's interesting because it started with stitches to these clips from a lot of female creators being like, look at all these men who don't like Rylie. Like,
right.
Well, who do these guys think they are? She's so cute. She has actual hobbies and interests. Like she's clearly very wholesome. And then of course that started kind of a counter movement of, I think there's like very fair things where it's like, wait a second, like no one's required to be attracted to her. Like, maybe she just didn't pique their interest. And then, there's other people saying, well, men aren't attracted. Like these are Mormons. They're not attracted to traveling. Like she should be saying she wants to start a family. And then of course, people in the crazy dark crevices of the internet are like, women who like to travel, that's a sign that they're getting flown out and they're whores, blah, blah, blah. And so it started this discourse of extremes, like people mocking the guys who didn't pick Rylie based on these very, very few clips. Or it's like people saying any woman who's ever said she likes traveling is a crazy whore. And it's insane how this discourse is played out.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a show, so I don't even know that I believe... If she's, like, a cute girl, I would almost see that, like, maybe they're trying to go viral or create buzz by like showing a clip, or they're saying like, hey, maybe it's not actual real is what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's like, hey, we're going to bring in a girl that by looking at her, she seems fun, sounds like a good time. You would think everybody's going to stand up for. Nobody stand up for this one.
So the way I saw, because I went and I'm like, I have to watch this full thing. And I didn't watch the full thing, but I watched more context. And like, I think that this outrage is so overblown. Like this is the first episode this program has ever done. So it's like no one knows what to go off of. And they literally go there and the host is like, okay, who wants to go first and introduce themselves? And like everyone's looking around and like no one wants to go first. And Rylie finally is like, I guess I will. And she's like so nervous. And like when it's like, okay, guys, like who's interested in Rylie? Like you see them all look around and like everyone on the internet is like, oh, these guys are just being so like, they're being so rude to Rylie. And it's like they're clearly looking for direction from the producer. And it's also like the show is new. They don't know the rules. It's not fully fleshed out. Like, who knows if the guys are like, does this mean do I get to hear from the other women too? Like, am I going to have some sort of like curveball thrown at me? Like every single person here is like an everyday person. They're not actors.
Yeah, I think there's probably like more of that. It's probably just a case of like the internet getting a hold of something that's a lot more innocent than it is. But like, is every woman that travels a whore? Absolutely no. Is like there a case that they don't like her because she wants to travel and their faith is from my very, very minute amount of knowledge that they like want to start families younger and whatever, maybe. But like, yeah, I mean, the internet takes everything and runs away with it. Especially like, it's so funny to see how things get like misconstrued, know? I think we've both probably had enough videos go viral where you see like comments and you're like, whoa,
where the fuck did this come from?
Whoa, like that's, But yeah, like I'll see one of those on every video that gets above like 20,000. I'll be like, that is a stretch.
Yeah.
And people also have like a hard time keeping the topic of the video, like you'll make a video talking about something and they'll go, yeah, well, this thing did this. And that's like, that's how politics run in our country.
Yeah.
You say like, this presidential candidate, it did this bad thing. They go, oh yeah, well, this one did this bad thing. It's not like, yes.
What about this? What about that? Like,
yeah, I mean, and no one's going to say what you just said, you know?
It's also, if you watch the whole program, as the contestants keep speaking, like they get more and more comfortable on camera. Rylie makes it very far in it. Like she has great moments later on. Like there's like a cut like after it where it's like, oh yeah, like no one picked me for my segment, but like she gets very far along. Like everyone's like, it's also just so cute because it's like it looks like a Jubilee, like one of those Jubilee videos, but it's like so wholesome and cute. Like it's just like, oh, I like they're the most typical like Utah people. It's like I like to like.
Should we make a dating version of the Jubilee thing? Like steal their concept?
I mean, we could do a pop the balloon video. It'd be pretty funny.
No. I want to do like a sit at the table, surrounded by like a bunch of people.
We could bring that to Ryan, who's looking for ideas.
I think that would be funny to see you sit there and be like, you know, because you make your declare a statement, and then everybody else.
I would love to do going on dates.
That's what I was about to say.
A bunch of little Gen Z kids.
How funny would that be to set something like that up?
Oh, let's fucking do it.
I think that'd be cool, and just give everybody access to the to the video.
Yeah.
Set it up and just give everybody that participates. So, like, we're not paying you, but you have the ability to use this video.
Pull people off the street.
Well, I think you could do it in a way where you could just ask people online if anybody wanted to participate. You only need like 20 people. Just be like, we'll do a couple different questions. You could do a couple. I could do a couple. I think it would be a lot of fun.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's like actually like kind of a really cute little like project they're doing, and I'm like, I would watch this. Like I prefer this over like these really just mean-spirited like pop the balloon. Like everyone was polite to each other, and just I think this like rejection of Rylie is just like a bunch of gentlemen. Like just truly like everyone on this show is just like the most like wholesome. Like they will all be married in 2 years. Like I swear. Like
what else you got?
That is my only viral video. Did you have a viral video you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I have another one. I was gonna do this. I was going to video myself walking into the bedroom while you were doing your makeup this morning and ask you 2 questions. I'll give some context and maybe I'll clip this and make it a clip. So there's a viral clip going around right now of a woman who's with her husband. She gets jumped by 5 women. They're beating up his wife.
Okay.
He fights those 5 women.
Okay.
And he's fighting women. The internet has exploded at this man, saying like he's been waiting for a reason to hit women. This is a man who hits women. They like are wanting him to like lose his job. They're wanting everything because he did beat women who were jumping his wife. And there are a lot of creators who are saying like, absolutely, he has every right. And like, I wouldn't have even punched them or kicked them. I would have shot them. Because 5 people on one person is lethal.
Yeah, I also think there's certain people...
you can use lethal force in retaliation. And my question to you, I have 2 questions, and I don't care which order you answer these questions in. If you were being jumped by 5 women, if we left here, I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen, but if we were walking together, say you were ahead of me and you get jumped by 5 women, what would you want my response to be? And what do you think my response would be?
I mean, I would want you to do whatever you could to get them to fuck off, and your response would probably be something cool, calm, and collected until it didn't have to be anymore. Like,
if they're jumping you, you think I would be cool, calm, and collected?
I think you would be until you couldn't anymore. I think you would.
That there would be a point where I'm watching you be jumped, and I would be cool, calm, and collected.
I think if someone was yelling at me, you'd be like, okay, and then I think if the second someone touched me, you would step.
You're being jumped. People don't yell at you when you're being jumped.
Okay, well, I'm bad at knowing.
They're kicking you in the face. You're laying on the ground, and there's 5 women beating you.
Yeah, like I think you would do whatever you had to do.
Would you be okay with me punching those women in the face.
Yeah. I think
Picking
there are
them?
certain. I think there are certain people that are tied that have that you're close enough to that can't defend themselves.
Well,
that
no one can defend themselves against 5 people.
Right, but that like regardless of who the offender is, like all bets are off. Like if you have like if there's an elderly person, or if it's your child, if it is like your female or your significant other, and it's 5 women, like what, like if they're like attacking someone who can't defend themselves, all bets are off.
I agree.
And like I don't know what else to like say for that. Like what would you do? Just stand there? Like
I think the other thing that's weird about this discourse is I haven't watched the video because I guess it's hard to find. I'll probably find it now. But
I've only seen the end where it just looks like people standing around each other.
But some people have said like it'd be one thing if he just shoved those women away, or it'd be one thing if he like basically they were saying it's not okay to like hit one of those women more than once. Mm-hmm. And what I would say in response to that is like, that is your person. You're like the love of your life. Mm. Your wife is being beat. Your adrenaline is going to spike like crazy.
Yeah.
Testosterone, endorphins, and all that. Like at some point, that's why people can like plead temporary insanity and stuff like that. Once you start to rage like that in defense of like someone you love, then like you said, like all bets are off. Like you're going to fight until those people are out of the way, incapacitated. And you should, by the way, if you're ever attacked and you have the ability to like hit someone, you should kick them if it's a man, you should kick them in the groin as hard as you can and continue to kick them until someone pulls you away. Yeah.
I mean, I think like just if someone is determined to jump you and stuff, like a shove's not enough. Like you just.
Well, the idea is like you see this in movies all the time. Like a woman will kick a guy in the nuts, and then she'll start running. Well, he's going to be faster and stronger, so like it might take him 30 seconds to recover from that. Or if you didn't get him square, he's just going to chase you. If you get him down, you continue to do whatever you can to beat him until he is like incapacitated.
Yeah,
you don't stop.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, in the shoving someone, they're going to stumble backwards and come right back at you.
Yeah.
Now they're mad at you. But yeah, I thought that was interesting that people are upset. They're saying that he like wanted to hit women because he defended his wife. But my thing is like, had he not done that and let them just jump his wife?
Yeah, like then we would be like, look at this
man standing here and doing absolutely nothing. What are men good for?
It's a no-win position. So many things are no-win positions. It's like you try to help, and like then you're seen as patronizing. You don't do anything, and you're seen as someone who doesn't care. I don't know.
I saw another woman that said she said a guy asked her on a date, and I guess she like showed up or something. And he was like, "All right, we're gonna go have a coffee," and she was like, "I don't do coffee dates," so she like took herself to Panera, and she was like, "I can buy myself all of this stuff. I don't need you to pay for my coffee." And I think that that's something that gets misconstrued in the dating world a lot. Is that someone is paying for you. Like someone is buying you something of value and buying you a meal or an experience on a date. And then the paying for a coffee or paying for a meal or a concert ticket or whatever the thing is just like the ability to spend time with you. They're just like paying for a reason to sit with you. Like the meal is not the date.
No.
The conversation is the date. The meal is a reason to sit and talk, and a place and some privacy and all that kind of stuff. Like, so I think like I had that conversation with myself today. It's like, I think that people misinterpret this like monetary value. It's really just a way to spend time with someone. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. Like, I mean, when we were like 7th grade, we used to go to the dates on movies, and everybody was just going to like make out with whoever their date was in the back of the movies. You didn't care what you were going to see.
No.
You're trying to flirt with your date or whatever, hoping that she'd hold your hand or that you could kiss her. You didn't care if it was Ninja Turtles or whatever,
Yeah, like
it's the same idea. Like you're paying for a date. It's not about like the actual thing.
Yeah, it's also like, I hope you can afford whatever date. Like, don't go on dates you can't afford in the first place. Also, it's like, generally speaking, whatever date you're being taken on, like you should be able to afford it yourself if you had to. I don't know. I always think it's silly.
Yeah, I think like I'm obviously a proponent of coffee dates, but I think that dating should like the price of the date should escalate as the intensity of your dating experience with this person goes up at the same level. Like it should start with we're meeting, having coffee or ice cream. And then the next one is maybe we're having dinner or an experience.
And then you end up at a Michelin star restaurant.
You do.
In New York City.
Yeah.
How'd you like that, by the way?
But those, I think it tops off somewhere. But yes, I actually really enjoyed that. I thought it was amazing.
Yes.
I was very impressed. I'm very thankful for that. I never would have asked for that. But it was nice. Charlotte took me to Jungsik. It's a Korean Michelin star restaurant, 3 Michelin star in New York.
I never thought I would like octopus so much.
It was stellar. It was great. The octopus was great. I think another thing that people, and maybe this can be related, but like when you pay all that money for a Michelin star restaurant, you're not paying for the food.
It's experience.
You're paying for the experience. Now, the food is great. All of it tasted amazing. It was all fantastic. But like you're paying for the entire experience, and the food is a part of that. And I would say the same thing about your date. Like when you're not paying for a coffee, you're paying for a small amount of someone's time casually with like a low level of information exchange. Like you're not getting into the weeds on a first date. It's usually pretty chill. And then as that cost of that date goes up, it usually means that you're in a nicer setting. They probably took more time to get ready. They're probably wearing nicer clothes. You're probably drinking nicer drinks. If you're drinking, you're probably in a nicer setting. You're probably talking about deeper and more personal things. Like everything should ramp up equally.
Yeah.
It's silly to jump to like stage 10 of price with stage 1 of conversation.
Yeah. But those things are all relative. For some people, like the prices for one thing is, I mean, no one's going to just go to Jungsik or whatever.
No, but like there are people that go to like really nice places for your first date. And I would actually tell a woman, like if I was a dating coach and a woman said like, oh, he suggested this like sushi bar for our first date, I would say absolutely not. Because he's trying to impress you with where he's taking you.
Yeah.
That means that
you're going to fall in love with a restaurant, not a person.
Well, you're going to be enamored by the experience for sure. So your perception of that date is going to be better than what it actually was, because it's not your conversation that was great. It's not who he is as a person or what you learned about him. I would have fun with anybody at that place. You know what I mean? So like you need to, I think that's why another reason things like casual dates are great in the beginning is because like no one's blown away by Brew and Brew or Starbucks.
Yeah.
So like you actually have to talk, and someone has to like earn your attention and your like gain some favor with you with who they are, not a cup of coffee.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I'll pull up. So I pulled some from the Dating Over 30 subreddit. I thought this would be a good one for you to answer as a seasoned older gentleman / me being a woman. This gentleman is 32 male, and he wants to know how much men are really judged for their living situation. He says, I, 32 male, am inviting a girl over for a 3rd date this week. Congrats, King. I am not going to lie. I am pretty nervous about it. I live in a small studio apartment. It's not the nicest, but I make do with it. The main reason for me living here is simply because I am aggressively paying my student loans after neglecting them throughout my 20s. I won't lie, I was poor with money. Anyway, I'm feeling insecure about my living situation not being good enough. It's not up to my own standards, even as a 32-year-old man, so I'm wondering how my date will feel. I just want her to be comfortable, and honestly, maybe it's all in my head and it's no big deal. I guess I'm wondering how much my worries are valid here and what actually does or doesn't matter. Also, are there any little inexpensive things or fixes I can do ahead of my date to make my apartment more comfortable for an attractive woman? Hoping things go well. What would you tell this gentleman?
It needs to be clean. It needs to smell nice. Clean your toilet and your bathroom, and not just like the toilet seat, but like the toilet bowl and the bottom part of the toilet that like touches the ground. That part needs to be cleaned as well. Make sure that your shower is clean. Make sure everything is clean, spotless. And I don't think that most women care that much about the place as long as it's tidy.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of people can understand that you might be, saving. And you can always say, like, welcome to my place. It's not much, but, you know, I'm really trying to focus like on paying off my student loans, and it's in a good area, or, you know, whatever, it's close to work, whatever the thing is. I think most people can respect that these days, especially if it's clean. I think if it's not clean, that's the number one thing. If it smells bad, I would say get a candle or something of the sort to make sure it smells good. Don't do anything cheesy like I don't know,
weird silk sheets, like the waterbed, like all this. If it's a trope from a weird,
like most of it's just clean. Like even if you don't have a headboard or whatever, like the case is, like
make a bed.
I don't think that's I don't think like not having a headboard matters as much as like all the other things. Like, did you say how old he was?
32 male.
Oh, so like you shouldn't have like
unframed posters. Let's roll those up and put
like
those in
you
the
should
closet.
have like, if you have decor, you should have something on the walls. First of all, it's gonna feel like a serial killer's house if there's nothing on the walls. Get on Facebook Marketplace, you can buy cheap frames, pictures of friends and family
pictures.
I think that pictures of friends and family would probably disarm a girl coming into your house for the first time.
Yeah.
Some posters and things that you're actually interested in. Don't put coffee table books on there that you don't actually read. Like if she goes, oh, look at this, The Art of War. Like, oh yeah, I got to get around to reading that. It's like, it's 100 pages.
Yeah.
You can read it. Like, don't put books out that like you can't talk about that you just bought. So that unless you go like, oh yeah, that's just, I thought it looked cool. That's different. Like, don't try to be, like I've heard a story about like a comedian that's on a podcast I listen to that he had, I forget what the book was, but he had it like open to a specific part so that people would comment on it or things like that. Like, just tidy up.
Yeah. Like, I feel like a lot of the things he shared aren't things that like women, that you hear women like kind of, you know, fuss about, like, you know, in those like brunch table conversations that, you know, we all have with each other. Like, usually the things are like, you know, living with parents with no explanation, or like having an obnoxious roommate, or like, you know, not having any desire to like not live with roommates anymore and just, you know, keep doing this roommate thing until the end of time. Like, I feel like that's what I hear way more than like, oh, you know, it was kind of a simple apartment. Like, I hear, oh yeah, like doesn't smell good in a bad or unsafe area. Like if you have like creepy neighbors that, you know, you have to walk by a cracked in to get to your apartment. Like, I think that would freak women out. Or like, you know, it's smelly, gross, like something bad on the inside. Yeah,
my tips would be make sure you have water, like bottled water, sparkling if you want to be fancy, and still, just in case. Maybe a third drink option, whether it be like beer or wine, but have something that you would drink. Don't buy something you think she would want to drink.
Make sure you got toilet paper.
If you know, good toilet paper, not one ply.
Soap.
Yep, hand soap. Those are like, hand soap is good. 2-ply toilet paper. If
she has to park somewhere else and offer to go meet her and walk her. Yeah.
Yep, agree with that. I was going to say that one. Something to drink to offer her to drink. Water, not only alcohol. She's not going to want to drink your favorite hazy IPA. So if you've been on 3 dates, you should have an idea of what she would drink anyway. You could have that for her. Pictures of friends and family around. Make sure everything is cleaned very well. She's going to use your bathroom. If you're in a small studio, there's only one. She's going to use your bathroom. But you don't want to do anything too crazy. Like, there's this one guy that was on TikTok. I don't see him anymore, but like he's like, he has like hair ties in his bathroom and tampons in his bathroom.
That just looks like you're hiding a wife, or like hiding a girlfriend.
Well, his is almost like it's made for women because he has so many women over, which I don't think is an attractive thing.
No, it looks like it's either looks like you've got a secret girlfriend or that you've got a revolving door. Like, you're trying a little too hard.
Yeah. And I think that like, but that's like going that far, like having stuff like that, not cool. I do definitely think you should walk her to and from wherever her like getting out of an Uber, getting out of her car, walking, whatever. It's just nice. Definitely meet her like downstairs and walk up to the apartment. Don't wait in your apartment for her.
Yeah.
That's not great. She's going to be like confused as to where she's going. But like women aren't going to say like, oh, his apartment was really small. Oh, well, what else? Was it clean? Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh yeah, it was really clean. It was really nice. It smelled nice. He offered me water. Had like pictures of his friends and family, but I won't go back over there because it was small. No one's going to say that.
Yeah.
And if she does, you don't want to date someone like that.
Yeah. Or it would be like, oh, like let's just go to my house. Like it wouldn't be like a thing
sure.
held against you. What do you think of people who say? Because one thing I do hear is like, oh, he's got a bunch of roommates. Like, what do you think about that? Like, because I think that is like, and it's not so much that like women are opposed to guys just having roommates. It's more of like them popping in and out or being maybe like getting in the way of like dating experiences. Like sometimes it is like guy owns the house and it's like a random stranger or like something like that. Like, what would you say to like maybe a guy who has a roommate situation still and like knows that maybe women?
That's such an open question because like we have a good friend who has 2 roommates. He's 36 or whatever he is. Mm-hmm. Has 2 roommates. He could not have them, but the 2 roommates pay the mortgage. They're both friends of his, like, so the way he looks at it is like, why would I pay my own mortgage when I can have 2 friends that live with me?
Yeah.
That pay my mortgage and I get to spend that money on other endeavors and, whatever else. So I think it just depends on why. I think that if you have roommates that you wouldn't want around a girl you're dating, you should like mention that to her ahead of time. Be like, hey, yeah, I'm like in this weird living situation. Like the place is nice and everything, but I have like a roommate that I don't love. So, and meet her outside, talk to her about it beforehand. Because she may say like, well, let's just go to my place then. It's not a big deal. Or she may say, well, let's just go do this or whatever. And then as she gets to know you and trust you more, like maybe it's a thing where you always meet outside or, whatever. But
totally,
people have roommates for a multitude of different reasons. I don't think it's like a bad thing to have roommates. I just think if you have a problem roommate, mm-hmm. you say something about it ahead of time. But I mean, most guys aren't living with like someone that they have to worry about.
Totally.
You might not get along with them, but like worrying about someone's different.
Yeah. And I think like as long as there's like some sort of like self-awareness about like unconventional living situations or just, things that, might getting ahead of something like a perceived, issue where it's like, because some people do like, they live with their parents. I'm trying to save up to get a down payment on my house. I'm living with my parents for the time being versus just like, yep, I live with my parents. Like
I had a boss that used to say this. He used to say, I don't mind good news and I don't mind bad news. I hate surprises. I think that's a good way to, and I feel that I think most humans feel that way.
Yeah.
Like I can handle he said, I love good news. I can handle bad news. I can't handle surprises. Meaning like if there's anything that's going to surprise someone coming to your house, someone in your life that you're dating, whatever the thing is, don't let them be surprised. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be pleasant. Don't let them know you have a dog by the dog jumping on them when they walk in the door.
Yes.
Don't let them find out that you have a cat because they start sneezing because they're allergic to cats. Like anything that could be a potential like surprise, they should know.
I agree.
If it's like you said, like if it's living with your parents, just talk to them about it.
Yeah.
And if someone doesn't want to date you because of whatever that thing is, then that's okay. Date someone else.
Exactly. We'll close this out with your favorite kind of question.
Oh, God. A long one?
No. Getting out of the romance zone. I have a complementary problem to getting friend zoned, and it's messing up my ability to make my tribe. This is a recurring pattern. I meet someone interesting and enjoyable to talk to who I'm not attracted to and don't want to date, and this makes the friendship feel safer on my end, but so oftentimes, based on all the hints that I'm getting from this Reddit post, it's a woman, but oftentimes that person develops romantic or sexual feelings that they want to act on. This has happened enough with both genders.
Yeah, you don't be friends with people of the opposite sex.
Well, it's happening with both genders, so too bad. And I seriously want to figure this out because I truly value platonic friendship and I value authentic romance, and unrequited feelings suck for everyone. A therapist once told me that they could see this happening to me a lot because of personality traits of openness and desiring closeness. What boundaries do you put in place with your platonic friends? What boundaries could I be missing? Help.
I mean, the number one thing is that you don't do like boyfriend things with your friends. You
Yeah.
don't do girlfriend things with your friends. They're different. You don't go on like especially of the opposite gender, or I don't know if this person is bisexual or has like bisexual friends and stuff.
It's a bisexual woman, from what I gather.
But then you have to be very careful about spending one-on-one time with certain people.
Yeah.
If you're hanging out with girls, a girlfriend, a female friend, not a girlfriend, you probably need to watch doing that one-on-one if she's also interested in women.
Yeah.
If you're hanging out with a male friend who is interested in women, you should be cautious of hanging out with them one-on-one. You shouldn't, if you're going to hang out with them one-on-one, it should be like hanging out at a bar or something chill. You shouldn't be like setting dinner reservations to go with this one friend. You should make those kind of things group activities, or do it with people that you know there's no interest in.
Yeah, because I was thinking too, I'm like, even my hangouts with like my female friends, like at the end of the day, you couldn't misconstrue those for dates. Like, I'm not like, okay, we're going to do a reservation, I'm going to pick you up. It's like, okay, we'll be here, we'll be there, like so-and-so's coming. Like,
But you also know that those people aren't like interested in women.
Yeah.
Or they're not interested in you. Like, even some of our friends that are gay, lesbian, whatever the proper term is, like you could go to dinner with one of them and not be mistaken for like something weird, like on their, not like feelings wouldn't get weird on their part. Like they know that there's like boundaries. So like, I think you have to set boundaries. I think that someone that craves closeness, or however she like worded that, I think it's attention that you like.
I think there's some have your cake and eat it too.
So she probably actually enjoys getting close to these people and enjoys that they want her for more, and doesn't like when it gets to a certain point.
Yeah.
It's like enjoying a hot tub but not realizing that it's starting to boil and you have to jump out. Like, it's not a hot tub, it's a pot of boiling water. It just hasn't gotten there yet. And it sounds like she's jumping into pots of simmering water and enjoying it as a hot tub, and eventually it starts to boil and she feels like she has to jump out and the friendship is ruined. Like, I'm not saying you should assume like all of your friends want to date you, but like there's just like the reason you made that joke about like the ones I like, the reason that annoys me so bad is because every one of those people knows what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They don't want to admit it, or maybe they're just lack intelligence and don't know what they're doing, and they don't have real friends. Because like if one of our friends was in that situation, I would say, well, yeah, because you do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And so because you do, oh, you mean the girl that you've set a dinner reservation with the last 3 Friday nights and went one-on-one with, and, you cuddle with on the couch afterwards and watch a movie, thinks that she is like falling in love with you? Yeah, duh. Because you're like dating her.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're dating her. And people will be like, oh, we're not dating, we're just friends. No. You're dating them.
Yeah.
You might be doing it ignorantly with no like intentions of anything, but you're going on a date with that person.
Yeah. And that's like, yeah, that's what I said when I was just like, there's no way, like if this person was just like, oh yeah, like I go to like a pottery group and like I'm, sitting next to men or whatever, and like, oh no, like that would be a different story. But it's like, it sounds like this person's like, I just want to cultivate deep emotional friendships. It's like, yeah.
No, you want people to be close to you because it makes you feel safe. No, it makes you feel loved, which you should look into with your therapist, why you need to feel loved from everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of, those people know what they're doing. I have one more question before we hop out of here, because you said something inadvertently. I don't even think you know that you did it. What is the difference in saying woman and women?
Woman is a singular woman.
But that's not how people use it online. People will say online, they'll be like, why is it that when men talk to woman?
I honestly, because I've seen like people get like annoyed, but it's more of just like, I always thought it was just like how you conjugate it, because like there's women, which is plural, and women, which is singular. And like some people's women sounds like woman, and some people's
no. They're intentionally doing it. I don't know why it is.
Then I've given up. I'm just like,
because like I got a lot of flack in my comments because I used the word female.
I think like
and I said this female woman whatever, and people were like female with like the eye roll. like, oh my God, grow up.
Yeah.
If that's the thing in my video that you're upset by, I'll take it.
Because like female women is different. Because like female is like more of like the female doctor versus like those females. Like I also think though that there's something interchangeably said. Like, and I think you as somebody who has worked with minor like women under the like girls, like, and so like sometimes it's like females is easier than women and girls.
Well, in the video that I was talking about, the person is like late teens, early 20s. I don't know her age, so I'm pointing and saying like this female.
Yes.
Is it a female? I don't know if it's a woman or a girl, but it's like an all-encompassing term.
Yes. Like
if you say girl and it's an old someone that's not a minor, people are going to be like, you're saying girl, it's a woman. If you say woman, it's like female is all-encompassing. Yeah,
and I see that especially like if you're someone in sports where it's like that's how they define their like male, female. I do think like when I hear someone's like, oh, the females, and they've kind of like I do brace myself for like, oh God, we're going to get some sort of like milady, like red pilly like weirdo, like because it's like it is something that like chronically online people do because they think it makes them sound scientific or smart. It's like just say women, it's not that fucking hard. But like they say female, they love saying
regardless of which word they used, their content still sucks.
Yeah, like so, I mean they
okay, let's go eat, I'm hungry.
Okay, well,
bye kings, queens, and everything in between.